Getting straight into the top 5 news stories of the day. For a moment yesterday, as millions marched through the streets of Paris, the city became the capital of the world. Leaders from around the globe led the march through the city arm in arm in a rally for unity, a show against the terror and violence in the city last week that killed 17 people. Officials are describing the demonstration as the largest in French history. Secretary Kerry is expected to travel to Paris on Thursday. And as more than a million marched for unity, the world is also learning more about the suspects who orchestrated the massacre on Charlie Hebdo and the subsequent hostage situations in the days after. A video emerged Sunday of Omni Coulibaly, the gunman who took the kosher supermarket hostage, in which he pledges allegiance to the Islamic State, whereas the other two gunmen, Saeed and Sharif Kouachi, who attacked the Charlie Hebdo headquarters, pledged allegiance to Al-Qaeda in Yemen. Officials say the news is curious because Al-Qaeda and ISIS are fierce rivals. And big news this morning for crews working on the recovery of the AirAsia plane that crashed more than 2 weeks ago in the Java Sea. Divers have retrieved one black box and have located the other. Officials say the boxes will be crucial in figuring out what brought down Flight 8501 on December 28th, less than halfway into its flight. All 162 people on board were killed, and so far, 48 bodies have been recovered. Back home, President Obama wants Congress to step up and pass legislation on data hacking and student privacy. Officials say the commander-in-chief wants companies to be required to inform people within 30 days if their private information has been compromised, kind of like what happened when Home Depot, Target, and other major stores were hacked. The president is also expected to ask for measures to be put into place to prevent companies from selling student data to third parties for targeted advertising. And last in your top 5 news, Pope Francis is no stranger to making headlines, and he has done it again, this time for saying it was okay for mothers to breastfeed in the Sistine Chapel. So it happened yesterday when the Pope was baptizing 33 infants. Sources say he wanted to make the mothers feel at ease about their crying babies and told them it was okay to breastfeed the children. Now, is all this controversial? Of course not. It just surprised a couple of people in attendance. Of course, the Pope has been pretty outspoken about his support for breastfeeding, and I think it's an awesome thing. The only thing I don't agree with is babies pooping in their diapers and changing wherever
right.
I would like that to happen in the restroom, but
yes.
But breastfeeding, I'm totally
you don't want
in
babies
support.
crying. You know how echoey those cathedrals are?
That is crazy.
The Pope wants to be heard, as he should be.
Yeah.